Gwen Lawrence, and welcome to Power Yoga for Sports, Pose of the Month. Today we're going to talk about runner's lunge, a great one for hips, quads, thighs, and it's one that's often incorporated into a yoga routine. So I want to make sure you know the finer points of the pose so you can execute properly. So come to your mat. And let's come up to standing. Let's start in standing. And we're going to bring the right foot forward out in front. You're going to drop down to your knee. Untuck the back toes. If you tend to cramp in the bottom of the foot, it's okay to tuck the toes, but eventually you want to be able to untuck because you're using the whole lower leg to anchor the pose. And when you tuck the toes under, you tend to put a lot of pressure in the knee. So if you can, let's untuck the toes. Okay? Right heel is going to be directly under the front knee. Right knee points straight over the toes. Arms come up to the side, up to the sky. Palms face each other, and shoulders drop out of your ears. It's so much better. And you might start here, and then in time, you're going to press it forward. Okay, so you have strong connection with that front foot. Nice and solid in the floor. You're not rolling out, not rolling in. You're not tracking the knee over there when your toes are pointing straight ahead. And you're pressing the hips forward and down, trying to open up the whole front of that left leg. And up and back with the upper body, opening the chest, the ribs. Hold it here. Again, I want you to remember to anchor the pose by pressing down through the whole left lower leg. Not just the knee, not just the foot. Those are different poses, like maybe when you do an alternative pose by lifting the knee off the floor. Then obviously, no knee connection. But for runner's pose sake, whole lower leg touches the floor. Bring it back. Maybe you even need to hold on to the knees. That's fine. And then let it go. Hands to the floor. Come onto your hands and knees. Just rest back. Maybe child's pose. And don't forget the other side. So we're opening the quads. Great for our runners. Obviously, runner's lunge opens up the ankle, the foot, the shin, the quad, hip flexor, front of the spine, shoulders, chest. Therefore, lungs. Pretty full body stretch, little rigorous. You're not holding it 1 to 3 minutes, 5 to 10 breaths. And then the other side. Good luck. Let me know. Give me some feedback, and I'll see you next time. Hi, I'm Gwen Lawrence, and welcome to Power Yoga for Sports, Pose of the Month. I'm so excited today because this is one of my favorite poses, and I think it's safe to say across the board with the athletes I teach, from high school, college, to all of my pros, absolutely adore this pose. So I think you're going to like it too. It's called heavy legs. There is a Sanskrit term for it, Viparita Karani. But if you ever had that feeling after a really heavy lift or a marathon run or a really rigorous game where you just feel like you have heavy dead legs that just could not take one more step if your life depended on it. This is going to help relieve that. The problem is that lymph in your body is blind-ended. It ends in the toes and ends in the fingers. It's not circulatory like the blood system. So if you're really tight and you don't have the range of motion that you normally have or would have, if you're ill and you're in bed, the lymph collects. It collects in the toes, collects in the fingers, and that's when you get that sort of thickness or swelling. Did you ever take a long run and you're done running and you can't even bend your fingers? That's what that is. So you need to help the body push that lymph back, and when your joints are stiff and tired, it's not as efficient. So what we're going to do today is heavy legs. I'm going to explain it to you first because I just might fall asleep doing it. It's so amazing. You could stay there for 1 to 5 minutes. You might get some tingling in the toes. It's not going to do any damage. It just might be a little uncomfortable. You're going to get a nice stretch in the hamstrings as well. And you're going to have some time to do some of your really, really important visualization techniques if you're an athlete. One of the most effective things you can do, aside from your yoga or your weightlifting or your training on the field, is literal visualization, closing your eyes and putting yourself in that game situation exactly how you see the outcome, exactly how you want that outcome to be. See your opponent, know your venue, look eye to eye in that guy or girl's face that you come up to that beats you every time, and see yourself beating and winning and the feeling of it all. Hear the crowd, smell the smells, taste the victory. Visualization is an amazing technique for all athletes to study up on. So let's come into our heavy legs. You're going to come up to a wall. So you do need a wall for this one. I'm going to give you a little bit of a variation if you don't have a wall, but I kind of think it's safe to say that everybody has a wall. You're going to bring your hip all the way up against the wall. Okay, and what you're going to do is lay down onto your back, swing the legs up the wall. So what's important here is that your butt is all the way up against the wall and flat on the floor. Legs are straight up to the sky. Take a look at your legs and let's see that your leg length is even, that your feet look like they belong to the same body, that they don't look like this, all wacky. And this is basically the pose. You're going to lay here, arms down by your side, or you can cross your arms over your belly so you can really feel that deep belly breath that helps increase your lung capacity and calm the body and nerves. And breathe in and out through your nose and just hang out here. If you do have tight hamstrings, you might find that your butt is off the floor. That's pretty common. What I want you to do is drop the hips all the way down and just bend the knees if you have to. And in time with practice, you'll be able to straighten your legs on the wall and have your butt down. So just lay here. Variation you can do is open the legs out and straddle, hold there, bring them back in, hold, and breathe. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to stay here and practice my heavy legs. And you can do this every day. Like I said, 1 to 5 to 10 minutes. Close your eyes, focus your eyes on the inside of your forehead, and visualize the outcome of your success. I'm going to hang out in my heavy legs. I'll see you next time.